Hello YouTube, I'm back again and I was going to just do an update but it's been a rather eventful day. So in case you're not in the know, every 4 years the Sumerian demigod Gozer descends to America and asks them to choose the form of the Destructor. And America thinks long and hard about this question, and this year it just popped in there. It just popped in there. And the rest of the world did this. But enough of that. I hope it works out well for you, to be honest. You know, maybe I don't think it will, but, you know, okay, fair enough. I mean, in a way, the UK are slightly, us English people, we're slightly happy about it in a really weird way, because we made possibly the stupidest fucking decision, we thought, with Brexit, and everyone was fighting about it, and everyone's still fighting about it, and, you know, we kind of go to America like, oh, guys, we made the dumbest fucking democratic decision of all time, and America's like, of all time? We're like, yeah, man. And he's like, hold my beer, I'm going to the polls. And we're like, okay, well, this isn't proper beer, but still, okay, let's see what you do. And we kind of watched them and went, and then America's striding back like, how was that, boy? And we're like, nailed it, mate. Fucking hell. Jesus. No, seriously. I know I got quite a lot of Americans comment on my thing, and you know, I hope things work out well for you. I don't know, however you voted, really hope you guys can come together as a nation. It seems very divided right now. But, you know, I personally think it was a fucking retarded decision. But, you know, whatever you guys want to go with, enjoy. Speaking of terrible decisions, though, this is more back onto guitars, and specifically back onto Aliexpress guitars, because weirdly, not one, but two of my friends got back to me today and said they have both ordered an Aliexpress guitar, and I did not encourage this. In fact, one of them I had told specifically, don't bother. He knew about my Telecaster, and I said, don't. I know he wanted like a green burst Les Paul. He was having trouble finding one in the UK. He's right-handed, so he's got a lot of options. And I said, dude, just you know. And he had another mate who does have a Chibson, and he kind of went, oh, it's really good actually. I played it. It's really, really nice. And I said, okay, but you look at this abortion that I've got, right? Come on, dude. You know it's not worth the effort. I'm not fixing it up for you, unless it's like a little bit of electrics work. Then you're okay. I'll come and help you out, man. It's fine. But don't expect me doing, you know, luthier shit, because I'm not qualified. I've fucking hacked mine together. So this guy's a musician as well. So it's kind of like, all right. The other guy, he didn't know about my videos. He didn't know anything about my Telecaster. And he ordered a Telecaster. He's not really a big musician. He just, you know, he plays casually. He had a bit of money. He wanted a nice looking guitar. And he thought, oh, this looks cool. Let's try one of these. So what he got, I won't go on to the Gibson. And that's the problem, actually. As I did say to them, I got a lot of flack for putting a Fender logo on mine. I didn't really request it. It just turned up with a Fender logo on it. But I had an inkling it was going to. So I'm not totally, you know, innocent there. I'm probably going to scratch it off now and put a better one on. I've said that a few times, but people get kind of angry about it. And, you know, I kind of see your point. You know, I don't really think I was personally taking money away from Fender, because they didn't make the guitar that I wanted. But these guys, you know, I said, look, oh, you didn't get the look, but they did. And again, with those guys, it was a default thing. And only one of these guitars has turned up, the Telecaster. I'll be finding out more about the Les Paul later. The actual guy who bought the Les Paul tried to get a custom logo on it, but I think it was a bit of a language barrier, and it was getting a bit hard to kind of communicate what he wanted. And he just said, oh, just put whatever on it. And he says he knows fair well it's going to end up with Gibson on it. So I said, don't. Well, okay. But I'm going to have a look at these guitars, because I think for information purposes, let's get Because I did get some people in the comments saying, oh, I got a load of amazing guitars off these guys. And I thought, okay, well, let's be objective here, you know. Let's see what... I still don't think anyone should... Even if these guitars are great, I don't think anyone should buy them. Unless the only thing I think should happen is if China can make these good guitars and they are great, why don't they set up their own brand? You know, do a direct from China brand, sell on AliExpress, but put your name, put your own name, put some ridiculous word that makes no sense. Like you're reading all of that little blurbs. They have these like really broken English like sentences that you just go, oh God, you know, I might offer some services to one of them. Say, look, I'll rewrite this for you so it makes sense. Doesn't sound like gibberish, but you know, but whatever. Just you know, they should make their own brand maybe, and if they can do good instruments, then sell them as such. You know, say okay, look, we can do this. But then again, I suppose that's what a lot of UK distributors do, like Revelation and sort of Harley Benton and that. That's exactly what they do. They go to the factories, they ensure a little bit of QC. But I thought, well, if they can do these really high-end things, why don't they do that as well? But make them cheaper than a normal one, but still ensure a relatively high level of craftsmanship and some more unique sort of guitars. But, you know, who knows? Maybe that'll happen one day. Maybe someone will come along and do it. But I do have some pictures of the Rosewood guitar. I have them here. And see which one I've got on, actually. Yeah, that's not a picture of naked Donald Trump, so that's good. So this is it, and like I immediately recognised it. This is the actual guitar he's been sent as well, and he's received it, and he had some electrical problems with it. He's problems with the earth. He was getting some hum, things like that. And I said, look, it's probably going to be near the pickups and the electrics changing. I said I can do the work for you, but I'm probably going to charge you a little bit. You know, he said get me a bottle of Kraken. I was like, that'll do. You know, like if it's and plus the price of components and things like that. You see, and I said okay, as long as I can do a review. So these are the pictures I've got. I'm going to actually pick the guitar up this weekend and have a look at it. And I could immediately recognise it as a George Harrison. Now this, you can see again there, it's the actual real version of this guitar looks a lot better. But it's an $8,000 guitar. People were taking the piss out of Fender for like even bringing it out. See, that's such an expensive guitar. So excuse me a second. Have a cup of tea. It says coffee, but it's tea because I'm British and we drink it like fucking water. But you can see there, it's got that little strip. It does look, now they assured him that it was real rosewood, that it was a solid rosewood. Well, rosewood, maple, rosewood is like a sandwich thing that they do, and that the neck was entirely rosewood too. And from there, it looks like that's true. I'm actually quite surprised. Now he paid a lot more for it than I. Well, actually, he got it on sale for about $265. He said, and he paid. It would have normally been, when I went and checked the seller out and looked at their site, it would have normally been around $350. So a much more expensive guitar than a lot of the other Telecasters are on AliExpress. So I wonder whether this does have a little better keys. Maybe it's a factory. They seem to be charging a premium, these sellers. So I don't know, but it is definitely a clone. It's still definitely a total rip-off. And it's, you know, you can tell. You look at a real George Harrison one, that maple strip down there, that is so much thinner. It's a really thin strip. And, you know, so I think the pick guard looks better than some of the other ones I've seen. That looks like a 3-ply pick guard. But he's definitely reported some issues with the electrics. But you see some of the shot there from the back. And like, to me, I don't know if anybody, maybe an expert on woods, can tell by looking at it, but that looks like rosewood to me. That does look like proper rosewood. It won't be the kind of rosewood you get on a proper George Harrison telly, that's for sure. It's probably just some, I don't know what it is. I think he said that it was Indian rosewood for the neck, and it was another type of cheaper rosewood for the body. Then you've got that, like you can tell there straight away, there's that George Harrison signature thing on the back, so you know exactly what this guitar's a rip-off of. It's a clone. But, you know, all that aside, I thought, okay, well, let's have a look at what this turns out like. Let's see what it is. It's obviously got some issues already because he wants the electrics looking at. And I always suspected that even if it was a solid guitar, they're always going to skank on the electrics. And then we're also going to have a look at this Les Paul. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get away. Maybe if I can't borrow that, I might have to do a look at it at my friend's house. Because he's touring with his band a lot. But if it's a piece of shit, maybe he'll just pass me it to fix anyway. So we're going to have a look at those. against their better judgment, well, against my better judgment anyway. So let's see what they turn out like. I thought, let's make a thing of this. Let's see what they are. Anybody want to comment? Please subscribe, have a look at my other videos, check them out, and we'll see you soon.